Okay. This is gonna be another video about memory manipulation. I've made many videos about that. I'm sure it's maybe close to 100. I'm not actually not too sure, but it's a lot. I believe maybe close to 100, or I don't know. But a lot. My first video was in 2020, in October 2020. So 3 years ago, and I talked about how they go into my memories and manipulate my memories and make me experience my memories in different ways. And so what they've been doing lately, or even it's not even lately, what they've been doing is going through my memories, look at where there's like little girls or whatever, and make me experience stimulations. They like to change, especially the memories where it's not like a strong memory because it's not somebody or some event or things where that was always in your mind, right? And if there's a child there, they put stimulation there and say, you see, that's how you experience it. And the reason why they pick that specific time is because in your memories, it's just so fainted. It's such a like something that you didn't think about too much. So they can easily change that memory, and for you to recall how you actually experience your memory is going to be harder versus something that you experience, some a memory that's more engraved because it was always there. For example, they're doing it, but it's harder for them. Like I watch the news a lot, the entertainment news, right? There's a lot of news about Kanye West and at the time his wife Kim Kardashian, and you remember seeing his kids, his babies, his little girls, his little boys, and a lot on the TV. And so when they try to change, or when they change my memories of that, I know it's like this is super falsified. Of course, I know it's falsified. I remember even talking about it with my girlfriend at the time, and I was not getting this sensation, stimulation. I was able to talk about these things normally. Even though today they're trying to change it in different ways, like, oh, you see why you say it's like, yeah, you just changed it. I was saying it in a non-disturbing way that you put things in. But for example, today what they try to do is try to make me think of The Rock's kids. Now, when you think of The Rock, you don't. How often have you seen his kids? It's rarely talked about. I think now it's kind of talked about more because one of his adult daughter tried to become is trying to become or is a wrestler, professional wrestler. But his family is not on the news or anything. So maybe see it every once in a while. And, and so that memory is just kind of faded. So for them to manipulate that memory is easy. The Rock's kids, oh man, no, but the Rock kids, that's true. I said, what? And so, for example, I remember, I knew he had kids, I knew he had babies, I'm not sure when they were born, and I know that everything after August 19, 2019 is changed. They manipulate me to experience different ways. I think there's a time at one point I saw his kids or something after August 19, 2019, and of course they did the stimulations. Because since that day, my thoughts have been disturbing, and I've been getting the peripheral type of torture that I made so many videos about. Before then, they're trying to change my memories. They're trying to change my memories of before August 19, 2019. So today, when I experience this nasty manipulation, they're like, "Oh, you see, we mapped it." But the reality is they just manipulated my memories. They're changing my memories. So today, when they make me experience what I'm experiencing, they're like, "No, we mapped it." It's kind of obvious. And so they make me think of like his kids, because I was about to watch a movie about him. Not about him, but he's in it. And it's like, oh yeah, he has kids. And they're like, when his kids were born, it's like, I know he has one older kid, but I know he has a younger one, but I'm not sure when like, I don't know his family life like that, because every once in a while they show news about his family, but it's rare. So my memories are already fried up. Tell me about like when the Rock's kids were born. Like, I'm not gonna. That's like, was it before, after? That's like, I remember their babies. I remember the one picture before August 19, 2019, when he was like holding his little baby. When he was like the baby was just barely born. But that's it. So those memories, for them, they can manipulate them however they want. The Rock's kids. Who really like? You look into that. Like, not even look at it, but they barely talk about it. right? Every once in a while there's news about it, but it's rare. It's not like Kim Kardashian and Kanye West family. So I was like, I can't recall, and I know my memories now. It's so fried up. They can play with my memories. So that's where they can play with my memories. And so I'm like, let me check when they were born. It's like, okay, I remember that one picture. I remember when he was holding this baby, newly born baby, and I think that's the youngest, a newly born baby on his chest. I was like, I remember that picture. That was before August 19, 2019. I remember not, of course, getting the nastiness. But he had actually another kid in the middle who's like not too much older than the newly born. I think she's like 7 years old or something like that. And there's a picture of them, and I think I've seen it, but I don't remember if it's just like, maybe in the news they probably show it once real quick. I'm not going to recall. Oh, I remember the family. Like The Rock is not somebody who shows his family often, right? Even on the red carpet, it's not like with his family all the time. Like, so they now make me experience the stimulations. Like, no, that's how you experience it. It's like, no, you're manipulating me to experience it this way in my memories. Because if I've seen it, I know that I will not experience it. So you tell me The Rock's kids, that's how I feel, but Kanye West's kids, I will not feel it this way, or this. Like, they try to create these things. Say, oh no, but because the Rock's kids are cute. I was like, what? So they make you experience these nasty stimulations, and find where his memories are not going to be, or the memories are going to be harder for him to just kind of have a proper recalling memory, like a proper remembering of how his memory experience. So like the Rock's kids, you know how random it is. That's how they try to make you accept the manipulation, because they falsify those memories. And you, who already in the first place don't remember much about like the Rock's kids, I don't remember how they looked like. I remember that big, that picture where he's holding this baby, newly born baby, because it was kind of a big deal. It was, I think that's showed everywhere. But the other family pictures, I think they maybe showed it every once in a while, but it was not something they saw. It's something they show all the time. Anyways, my point is, this memory manipulation is what they always do. They try to find where they can implant it. And they try to find places where your memories are not the strongest. For example, that's a great example here with the Rock's kids. If I told somebody, hey, do you remember the Rock's kids? They probably have seen it once, but it's like, I'm not really, like, it's not some like strong memory. I'm sure I've seen them at some point. But if I tell them, oh yeah, the Kanye West and Kim Kardashian kids, yeah, I've seen it all the time. They always good. So that when they try to manipulate that, I know you manipulate. I did not experience this stimulation. This is stimulation you make me experience today. I used to see them and find them endearing and wholesome and adorable. Now it's turning to some nasty pedophilia things. I know that. So they could talk about the Rock. The Rock, okay. I know I will not experience it that way. You're just changing my memories to experience it this way. And it's gonna be easy because you think I'm gonna remember like the Rock family, his kids? He rarely shows them on the red carpets. Whatever thing is happening, it's about him. He doesn't really involve his family. He's like, no, you see, with the Rock's kid, you got these things. No, I did not, but you can manipulate me to experience that. And my memories, especially for that, it's going to be so easy to be manipulated because I barely remember, like, his family. So you can easily manipulate me to experience this. And they're like, no, he's an asshole. You're going to be raped and tortured. It's like, yes, I'll be tortured. I'll be raped. I'll be whatever you say, horrible things are going to happen. But you go so far falsifying my memories. And you've been doing that for a long time. And my first video about it was since 2020. And it's the same tactics. You find the faintest memory where there's a child and you implant stimulation. No, you felt like that when you saw that child specifically. There's like, so all the other kids, no. Oh, the one of randomly the Rock's kids, they're adorable. But I've seen so many adorable. So why the Rock's kids? Because it's easier to manipulate. Since my memories of them is just like, who thinks about the kids of the Rock, or the kids of who? So they're gonna just look for whoever they can create. It's pathetic. And they prepare for it. They look for the random ass person that they can try to manipulate you to experience. I've made videos about it saying the exact same thing. And you're gonna hear that memory manipulation is not so unique to me. And I wonder, because they were talking about rocks before, I wonder if like they were prepping for this moment, which I'm sure they would. But it shows how random and falsified it is. Out of all the kids of all the stars, The Rock, is it because maybe The Rock doesn't show his children? Because all the other celebrities have very beautiful, adorable kids. They're delusional. The reason why they pick this person is because he doesn't show his family often. And every once in a while, every once in a blue moon, they talk about his family, and maybe there's a picture of his family, and that's that. So they can change that memory. It's like, oh, you experienced it like that, because your memory of that is very loose already. But you're going to hear that they have a systematic tactic of manipulating memories. But even weird, this TED Talk that you if you ever look at TED Talk, he talks about the future, how the brain is going to be interfaced with computers, and soon you'll be able to interact with each other with a brain. And he talked about all the scary things of the good things and the negative things of the future in regard of mind, brain interface with computers and internet. And he said the worst part, and you're going to hear that, is what if your brain is hacked? They can change you. They can steal you. They can implant memories, erase memories, control you. That's what I've been experiencing, and I'm not the only one. They've been manipulating my memories, try to make me think that I experience memories in these ways, then try to make noise campaign to try to make me accept these false memories. I'm literally what this man is talking about. How many videos have I made about memories manipulations? How many? There's a lot of videos I'm talking, oh, they're changing this memory, they're changing this memory. And the same thing I say, is easier for them to change their memory of things that you are not strong into your mind. The Rock's kids is not something strong in my mind. It's not a memory that is strong in my mind. It's not something that I like. But if you talk about Kanye West, then I'll be okay, because his family is always in the news. His kids and everything is always shown. He always go on red carpet with the whole family. He has a whole TV. Like, when they try to change that, it's a little harder for them to kind of convince. Like, not even it's obvious that it's manipulation, because I remember watching, so like, so The Rock. That's the kind of things they do. So for me, especially when I see, I went back and tried to look at pictures before August 19, 2019. He has very adorable little girls, beautiful kids. But I know that's a nasty stimulation they're going to make me experience now. That's the stimulation I'm forced to experience today. That they make me believe that, no, we mapped this. No, you are making me experience it this way. The Rock's kids now. So that out of all the kids. You see how random? Out of all the stars, they pick people who aren't, or moments that aren't strong in your mind. The Rock doesn't show his kids in the news and whatever often. He barely talks about it. The wife, so it's gonna be easy for them to manipulate. But like I said, they do the manipulations of memories, and they have these tactics of doing the pedophilia type of torture. First of all, I want you to listen to this guy's worst case scenario of the future when the brain is connected to the internet, basically saying the interface, brain to computer interface, and the danger of it. If your brain is hacked, what is gonna happen? What can happen? Worst case scenario, which is what target individuals. This is what we are. We are the worst case scenario of our brain being hooked to some kind of device that can manipulate us and disturb us, disorient us, manipulate our memories, and control us. And then you have perps. These people are contracted to get you to accept this falsification of memories. Their job is to make you accept that what you're experiencing is natural, that your brain is not being hacked, that this memory is not being falsified. Because they're mad. Look, oh my God, we're going to protect our kids. When they manipulate you to experience this nastiness and then try to present themselves as like, oh my gosh, we just saw that. Do you understand the game they play? I have so many videos about memory manipulation to try to make me accept these things. They've been falsifying my memories for a long time. And they're going to continue to do that.
Separable. We'll have our storage and everything else all over the place. And when we do that, we have to understand that this is a big responsibility. It's something we as a society, we as the human race, must think about very, very carefully. Because imagine, people can hack your cell phone now. People can hack your computer, and it can be bad. They can steal your banking information, take all your money. They can steal your identity, but they can't really hurt you. In the future, though, if somebody hacks into your head because it's connected to the internet, they can steal you. They could actually steal you. They can implant memories in your head that you don't have. They could erase memories. They could control you in ways that you wouldn't even know you're being controlled.
On the brain of a person, presumably by some kind of waves, which in the mind take the form of voices, thoughts and images and imagination. In addition to this kind of implanting information that they need, they manipulate the psyche so that the information is written into your memory. Then by stimulating the certain regions in the brain, they can retrieve this information and present it as your own memory. For example, artificial thoughts, imagination, and mental torture.
It's somebody trying to end my life. It's somebody trying to end who I am as a person. It's somebody trying to take over my mind, putting thoughts of pedophilia. This disgusting things. You saw where I was going with that first word. Disgusting things that I don't even want to talk about because it makes me sick. I don't even like those words in my mind. But it is what it is. So I have no choice now but to acknowledge that there are people in my surroundings or whatever they're doing. I don't know.
The smell sensation, so that I am often made to smell various things, including smoke, burning, dirty diaper, or baby powder, which they sometimes combine with the pedophilia type of torture, including the threat of planting.
Breakdown tactic of belief systems and the human will. In no-touch torture, the techniques are more psychologically specialized for each target. Most common examples include homosexual targets that are forced with voices that are derogatory to their lifestyle and similar mental images. Almost all targets are forced to view child pornography in their minds.
Today, they continue with the programming of perversion, but this time they are aiming in the use of people, better said young people, also children and